Alright, I want to talk about this last page of the direction sheet that has a couple little examples for you, and then I'll quickly show you how to do a couple of these. So on here it shows a few details that you can add and also some tips. You guys can read this. I'm not going to read it all to you, but here we've got a chimney. You're using that corner. It's just like another rectangle that you're drawing. So that's an easy detail that you can add. A balcony is a little bit more difficult because you have to think a little bit more about what you're doing, but it starts off with this shape of an opening. So your window, your door, same theory. It's just a box. And then from the bottom of each corner of that, you're going to bring it back to the opposite vanishing point. So that would be this one over here. Coming off of there, you're going to go this way. And those line up with that vanishing point. Same over here. So what you're doing is you're creating the bottom part of the balcony that way. If you can think about it, and it gets kind of confusing to put into words, but if you think about when we made the billboard, so when you made this billboard here, we drew going to the other vanishing point for this bottom part. So it's kind of like that. It's just coming off the opposite side. That might not make sense, but when you have this picture in front of you, it makes it a little bit easier. So the floor of our balcony is drawn by just using that vanishing point on both sides to create another box. And then from there you just have straight lines coming up and down that are these two corners, and that will create your railing. So the tops of that railing go to the vanishing points again, and then these vertical lines are just drawn straight, and that creates a railing for your balcony. So that's a pretty simple thing to do if you really break it down and think about how the vanishing point will help you do that. But that is a possibility. If you want to make something curved, you just need to use your vanishing point. So like right here, this is a street lamp that is curved off to the side. So if I line up with my vanishing point over here, you can use that to sort of be a guide for the height. Now this is just making a curve, so it's not too difficult to do something like that. If you want to do an awning, it's similar to the way we did the balcony. So you're deciding where does that awning come out of that opening, so it's a door, a window, whatever. And you're going to have lines going to your opposite vanishing point that come out on both sides. These would line up, these bottom corners here, this one and this one, would line up with the opposite vanishing point. Same thing with the front of the awning. If you're having rounded corners here, they're all going to line up as well. So that's why there's a guide drawn here, and those little round parts just line up as they go back. Something like this diagonal line is the only time you're going to have a line that doesn't go to your vanishing point or straight up and down vertical. So this part, the bottom opening part of the awning, has used the vanishing points to create this edge where it is a diagonal line. You're just going to connect those 2 points together. This diagonal and this diagonal should be completely parallel to each other. They should match up. So if you line this up, you slowly slide your ruler over to make sure that it is the same over there. It's the same concept as when we made the roof of the house on one of those practice handouts. So a couple quick reminders. As I've said a bunch of times, all the lines either go to the vanishing point or they're vertical. Only exception is diagonal lines, so that's something like this. You always use a ruler. Again, like I said, if you don't have a ruler, grab the edge of a folder or your sketchbook and you can use that to draw a straight line. It doesn't need to be a ruler. So something that has a straight edge to it will do the exact same thing as a ruler will do. Try to draw lightly. You're always going to have lines that you erase, whether you need to or not. You'll need to erase the vanishing points. You'll need to erase the horizon line. So try to draw as lightly as you can. You can always darken things up after you've gotten them put into place. Be very creative and get some details in here. Simplify everything into cubes or rectangles using those vanishing points. So as I was talking about when we looked at letters or any other details that you're adding, start with a rectangle or a square, create that the three-dimensional parts using your vanishing points, and then draw within that. So if you wanted to make a trash can, for example, start off with a cube and then make that trash can rounded at the top. So there's lots and lots of ways that you can create something. If there's something specific you guys would like to see me draw, if you're having trouble making something, send me a message. Send it through Remind, send me an email. If I think it's something everybody would benefit from, I'll make another video, put it on. If it's something that's quick and I can explain to you, I will just send a video back to you. So please contact me with any questions that you have with this. That's what I'm here for. I want to help you. I want to be able to show you how to do these things. So please, please, please do not hesitate to ask. When you're finished with this project, you should have all of your requirements met. So don't forget to keep looking back to this. Make sure you've done all of these things that you're supposed to do. If you can't tell what a building is, add some details to it. Make it creative. If you want to make like beat up graffiti on stuff, or you want to make boards in front of windows, I don't care. Keep it appropriate. Don't put anything in there that's questionable. You guys know what you can and can't do, so don't try to get away with something. There will be, like I said, an assignment on Progress Book to attach this to. I'm going to give you a little bit more time to work on this than I was originally planning, but take your time, ask questions if you have them. If you just want to send me a picture and say, I don't know why this isn't looking right, I could probably give you some pointers to help with that. So please, please, please keep in contact. Let me know if you need help. Send me suggestions of videos you would like to see that will help you, and I will be more than happy to add to those.